The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't wanna miss it. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so online. The papyrus, put it on my top.
All roads on 16 September 2021 led to Aso Rock Villa, Abuja, the seat of power, Federal Republic of Nigeria. The event was Third National Identity Day, put together by the National Identity Management Commission. In his opening remarks, the acting chairman, Board of Directors, Malam Bello Ibrahim Gwando said, "The day is very significant to Nigeria because where there is no proper identification, trust is not only eroded in any business transaction, advanced fee fraud thrives." The board chairman said it's in the right track concerning the registration and identification of our citizens, since in the digital world, data is the most valuable currency.
With the President's conviction of the power of digital identification, since the comfortable assessing online portals or tools, thereby eroding every effort. Without proper identifications of people involved in transactions, there is element of trust, because digital identification can give confidence that the people that you are dealing with their identities, these are the real people. Every one of us is aware of what is happening now. I'm sure the chairman of the EFCC is here with us. Considering the amount of various transactions that have been going on based on fraud and other what we call in 409 cases, without proper identification, it is very difficult to establish who is actually the source of those transactions. In the digital world, data is the most valuable currency. Identity infrastructure are means by which personal data are safeguarded in today's evolving online culture. This reality cannot be overemphasized. It is hoped that in today's session, it will help us to deeper understanding of the dynamics of difficult identification, so that we will all become active ambassadors of its tremendous benefit, especially in the two key areas of reflected in our theme: suitable digital economy and national security. And the Honorable Minister, since he has taken over from the previous, he has made a tremendous effort, especially for NIMSI, who have benefited extremely when it comes issue of margin between the various stakeholders in terms of data. You can understand it in SIM card registration. And at this juncture, it is proper for me to acknowledge to the effort made by the Honorable Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantang. I would like to appreciate, during the last 6-7 months, to bring so many innovations and create an atmosphere whereby NIMSI will play its proper role in the affairs of the economic and the security interest of this country. And Honorable Minister, I would like to kneel down and say thank you very much for all the efforts. At the same time, I've been one of the oldest members of the board of NIMSI, possibly maybe because I failed so many exams, so I seem to be coming back on board. But we have been fighting for salaries of the staff of NIMSI to be improved, and it has been a failure for a very long period of time. The industry for which NIMSI is operating is a very highly competitive industry, and unless your staff are motivated, it is very easy to poach those staffs that are having sensitive national security data to move to other industries. Minister, thank you very much for saving us. Once again, Mr. President, fully represented by Honorable Minister for Communication and Digital Economy, permanent secretaries here present, head of press secretariat, including our chairman for EFCC, members of National Assembly, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all and thank you for coming, and God bless us.
Also speaking at the occasion, the Director General, National Identity Management Commission, Engineer Aliyu Abubakar Aziz, explained how the Commission's success story has been made possible only by the improved gracious financial approval of the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration and the unwavering support of the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ibrahim Ali Pantami. This, he said, has ensured that over 63 million Nigerians have been registered as against the 1 million before this administration came to power.
The progress of the scorecard of the implementation of the digital identity, and I always want to control my slide. This is the outline of the slide. I would like to talk about the progress and also talk about the effectiveness of the policies that have been taken. And some final thoughts. On the next slide, we have a lot of history of identity, but I would want to start with September 12, 2018, when the Federal Executive Council approved the strategic roadmap, and from then the development partners, World Bank, AFD and EIB also approved it in February 2019. And by September 2020, we have moved to Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy under the able leadership of my brother and my boss, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami. From that time, we have been accelerated, and we had the SIM linkage that has been set up, and then we also have the Joint Committee in the National Assembly also approved the borrowing plan in July. So by September today, we have over 63 million records. On the next slide, these are the effective policies that have taken place to really make it work. We have the harmonization with the BVN, we have mandatory usage of NIN for the passport application and renewal, which captures all the travelers, and then the implementation of the ecosystem of the enrollment approach, whereby we have all the private sector that are participating. And then we have, as we understood from my boss, that the work of the minister is to come up with policies. And we have this policy of SIM card and also for IDPs to capture the telecom and also the internally displaced person for social protection. And finally, we are using the NIN in the education sector for examination registration and also sitting. We also have a lot of other progress that have been mentioned by other speakers. But of course, the landmark is the Federal Executive Council approval for the upgrade of the critical ICT infrastructure so that we can respond to requests and everything else. And also, finally, the landmark, Mr. President's approval for our condition of service and also the salary, as has been demonstrated. On this slide, I show you the distribution of the enrollment centers we have nationwide. We have over 8,000 enrollment centers. Before, when we had only 1,000, we thought that by the time that we have 4,000, that is using the formula that for every 50,000 citizens, then we have a center. So for 200 million, we need 4,000 centers. But Nigeria is a huge country. We found out that even when we have 8,000, it's just like a drop in the ocean. And if you compare this distribution with distribution of other markets or schools, then this is far cry. Still, the centers are in the cities. We have wide areas that we need to cover. On the next slide, I now compare the enrollment we have at the local government levels between last year and this year. And you can see that low white areas using the green, white, green of our national flag, since you have two types of it as green. So white areas shows areas where we have low enrollment. As you can see, places where we have security situation or banditry or some areas where we don't have broadband. Those are the areas that we have not yet covered. But you can see that this year the green increased all thanks be to our honorable minister that enforced the use the SIM linkage. Therefore, we have majority of the local government areas are now being covered. But still, there's more work that needs to be done. On the next slide, I present the comparison between the population and the enrollment that has been captured so far. As you can see, in the mainstream of the people between 20 years and 60 years, we have covered much of the population. But people above 60 and then children that at school and at home that needs to be enrolled. So our strategies will be to continue our collaboration with Population Commission to capture at birth and also with the education sector to capture these children and also capture also the death. On this slide, the next one, I compare the gender distribution because most of the development partners are interested in the gender. So therefore, you can see that below 20 years, we have almost equal distribution of capturing the female and male. But above, there are the difference between male and female is just little, but we will then strategize to fill in this particular gap. On this next slide, which is one of my favorite slides, that it shows the gender ratio, the female-male spatial distribution. The light orange shows where we have equal male and female distribution of our enrollment. And the blue area shows that we have more men enrolled than women. Therefore, we know where to go to when we want to make sure that the gender gap is concluded. And on this, my final slide, the next slide, I introduce some of the new developments that we have. Like everyone knows, the telcos have made it that everybody knows about starting forces hash to retrieve their NIN, and then the mobile app, the Android enrollment allow us to move closer to the people, to go to the homes, to capture young children and also the elderly. And then we have the new nursery. So on the final slide, my final thoughts on that a nation cannot truly integrate unless it has a unique way of identifying its own people. And then the advantages, especially as it has been espoused by others too, is demonstrated there. So I would like to say thanks to our indefatigable President Muhammadu Buhari, and also our Minister, my brother, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, the governing board, our partners, and also colleagues that is nationwide that have been capturing the data in the name of the NIMSI. So thank you very much for listening.
In his goodwill message at the occasion, Abdul Rashid Bauer, the chairman Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, said, "We are happy to associate with the National Identity Day celebration. We hope that by the time we are celebrating the 2022 National Identity Day, 200 million Nigerians would have been registered. This development is a huge hope concerning cybercrime that we are investigating. Some time ago, we arrested a young man in Ibadan with 116 SIM cards," the EFCC boss concluded.
Call upon this morning on this great National Identity Day to give a goodwill message. I wanted to talk extensively on this issue, but we are somewhat in a brief mood at the EFCC. We lost somebody in Ibadan, and I have to take my leave to go and attend to one or two issues in that regard. But be it as it may, today is the 16th of September 2021, and the EFCC and personally myself, we are happy to associate ourselves with this great occasion of today, which is the National Identity Day. The issue of identity and the associated advantages to every nation cannot be overemphasized. It has been stated on a few presentations that we have listened to today. But then coming down to what we are doing at the EFCC is a huge issue that we welcome wholeheartedly, and we hope by the time that we are celebrating the next Identity Day here on the 16th of September 2022, we will be celebrating registering more than 200 million Nigerians as it is. It's a huge problem, particularly on the aspect of cybercrime that we are investigating. I remember very well some time ago in Ibadan, we arrested a young man with 116 SIM cards. I think I have to stop here. Sorry. Thank you very much.
Speaking in a representative capacity for the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Elder Beatrice Bako Nabusa, felicitated with President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the National Identity Management Commission, and indeed all Nigerians on the occasion of the third edition of the National Identity Day celebration. The choice of the theme, Identity, the tool for sustainable digital economy and national security, is not only apt but timely. Only 3 years ago, Mr. President granted approval for Nigeria to join the coalition for the declaration of 16 September as an International Identity Day. On the strength of that approval, on the 16th September 2019, Nigeria blazed the trail by becoming the first country in the world, to commemorate September 16 as National Identity Day. Special appreciation to Mr. President for this and for giving us all the necessary support to drive the growth of the digital economy sector. We have recorded unprecedented achievements in the mandate given to us to supervise NIM since October 2020. The ICT has seen unprecedented growth, contributing 17.92% to the gross domestic product in the second quarter of the year 2021.
House Committee on Communications and other members of the National Assembly here present, the Directors General of agencies here present, the Chief Host, the DG NIMSI, the Chairman of the Governing Board of NIMSI, sir. Distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, just as announced by the MC, I am representing my brother, my principal, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. So you'll be hearing the voice of Mr. Bitrus Bakunabaso, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. But the message we get is the message of my principal, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Fatami, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. So whatever you hear from now are his thoughts and the message he intends to put across to you. Any mistake, please, I take it. Any applause, the Minister of Communications, take it that. Firstly, I wish to felicitate with President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, the National Identity Management Commission, NIMSI, and indeed all Nigerians on this auspicious occasion of the third edition of the National Identity Day 2021. The choice of the theme for this year's edition, Identity, a tool for sustainable digital economy and national security, is not only apt but timely. Only 2 years, Mr. President granted approval for Nigeria to join the coalition for the declaration of 16 September as International Identity Day. On the strength of that approval, and on 16 September 2019, Nigeria blazed the trail by becoming the first country in the world to commemorate 16 September as National Identity Day. Special appreciation to Mr. President for this and for giving us all the support needed to drive the growth of the digital economy sector. Your Excellency, Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have recorded unprecedented achievements in the mandate given to us by Mr. President to supervise the NIMSI since October 2020. Through the support of Mr. President and the innovative approaches put in place to implement the Nigerian Digital Economy Policy and Strategy (NDEPS), as well as collaboration with all relevant public and private stakeholders, the ICT sector has seen unprecedented growth in the history of Nigeria, contributing 17.92% to the total real GDP in Q2 of 2021, which is the highest contribution the sector has ever made to Nigeria's GDP. The official adoption of 16 September as a day to commemorate ID Day marks a watershed in our collective resolve to promote the relevance of digital identification in Nigeria. Each time we celebrate this day, we affirm government promise to support the development of digital identification. We bear witness to the enduring power of identity management to drive social inclusion, and we recall how unique ID permeates every spectrum of our national life. Your Excellency, Mr. President, ably represented by my boss, the purpose of the ID Day is to raise and promote awareness and actions on the important role identity plays in empowering individuals and enhancing their access to services and the formal economy. All over the world, the provision of digital identity is increasingly viewed as a key mechanism for driving national development goals. As more people, devices, and personal information gets online, the ability to prove we are who we say we are and establish trust with each other becomes a matter of urgent necessity. As a country, we seek to use efficient ways to deploy national identity trust systems, not only to deliver government services in areas such as social welfare, taxes, voting, health administration, security and education, but also to build an indigenous digital economy that will stimulate the private sector and make it thrive. With an efficient, secure, accessible, and reliable national identity infrastructure, we can empower Nigerians to exercise their rights and responsibilities fairly and equitably, thereby driving social inclusion. Hence, the unprecedented approval of 25 billion naira by the Federal Executive Council for upgrade and replacement of NIMSI identity infrastructure. I want to assure you that I, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, has urged NIMSI management to ensure judicious utilization of these funds, following due processes and ensuring accountability. At the heart of today's celebration is the need to raise awareness and sensitize the citizenry about the pivotal role of digital identification in Nigeria. Our enthusiasm to build a local digital economy, curb widespread economic and social exclusion is hinged on the necessity to assign every Nigerian and legal resident with a unique identity. In this regard, under our supervision, NIMSI has achieved great strides in the drive to enroll every Nigerian and legal resident for the issuance of the National Identification Number, NIN. The Commission has achieved this through the scale-up of enrollment and registration centers across the country and in the diaspora. We have implemented novel policy initiatives that has led to tremendous increase in the registration of persons to over 63 million records and counting on the National Identity Database. Shortly, you will witness the launch of some novel identity solutions that are targeted at easing the enrollment process and bringing to the fore the ingenuity of Nigerians to address local challenges with local solutions. And the witness of willingness of this administration to pay attention to and work with all stakeholders interested in promoting the growth of the digital economy and the country at large. All three innovative solutions being launched today are novel, not just in Nigeria, but also across the African continent. And this is a reflection of the commitment of Mr. President to promote indigenous solutions that will also stand out globally. As part of our efforts to make it easy for citizens to link their NIN to their phone numbers, we developed a mobile app that allows users to do so without having to physically visit any telecom company. It also enables us users to download the improved NIN slips and use mobile IDs as a valid and secure means of identification. The tokenization solution is in line with the efforts of the federal government to enhance data privacy and data security of citizens and legal residents. It prevents verifiers and third parties from storing road new users. Rather, it provides a time-bound virtual NIM that is specific to the verifying entities. We will transmit from the current road NIM verification approach to one that uses tokenized virtual NIMs in line with the revised National Digital Identity Policy for SIM card registration. Furthermore, to circumvent the challenges that resulted from the COVID-19 pandemic, we developed a contactless Android biometric enrollment system that enables Nigerians and legal residents to obtain NIMs after providing their biometrics through a process that is swift and contactless. It will also support us in enrolling users that are in remote areas and where there are power and networking constraints. The NIM is a public good and it is vital for driving development. Identity management has evolved across the globe, and the ability to prove one's identity with the NIM is critical for Nigerians to participate in economic, social, and political life. The NIM is our digital ID that creates a foundation of trust that not only ties all records about an individual uniquely in the National Identity Database, but also it is the primary identifier used to establish or verify an identity. Nigerians of all ages, including legal residents, are eligible to get enrolled and be assigned with a NIM. With it, an individual can prove and assert his or her identity in an instantaneous, electronic, paperless manner, anytime, anywhere, and by extension, enable government to administer its programs ranging from health, education, security, welfare, and so on, with accountability and transparency. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, let me restate at this juncture the high expectations on NIMSI as a key government institution and apex body charged with fostering an orderly development of the identity management sector in Nigeria. NIMSI must redouble its efforts and intensify its regulatory role. I am seizing this opportunity to invite and I urge all functional data providing agencies of government, as well as all government institutions offering services to harness resources, harmonize and align their operations with NIMSI. The National Identity Management System must now more than ever be accorded the serious attention it deserves and be accelerated with a view to expanding enrollment points, strengthening of the National Identity Management System infrastructure, ensuring compliance with the requirement for the mandatory use of NIM for access to services and the authentication and verification of identity. This occasion cannot end without mentioning the great work by the management and staff of NIMSI in ensuring that the nation has a credible, accurate, and reliable identity database. I commend their efforts. The NIMSI, despite little resources, has remained focused on the achievement of its mandate. Mr. President has recently approved a new condition of service and an enhanced salary scale, which increases with over 200% the personnel cost of the Commission. Special appreciation to Mr. President in that regard, and with more support from Mr. President, the Commission will deliver on its mandate and accelerate government's medium and long-term strategic goals. Finally, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget the purpose of this day. We must continue to reinforce the need for every Nigerian to have a digital identity, irrespective of social class or economic status. We must sustain the momentum by creating awareness and sensitizing the public. I thank you, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, for listening, and I wish all Nigerians a happy National Identity Day. And may the Almighty God bless Mr. President and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ibrahim Ali Pantemi, who stood in for President Muhammadu Buhari, said, apart from the fact that Nigeria is the first country to begin the celebration of National Identity Day, several African and Asian countries are taking a cue from Nigeria's success story concerning SIM card registration and linkage to our citizens' national identity numbers. This registration, the minister said, would help in terms of planning, security, as well as development.
Firstly, I begin by updating us that our brother just left here not feeling very well, the chairman of EFCC, Malam Abdul Rashid Bawa, but after a few minutes he stabilized and he left here. So let us remember him in our good prayers. It could be the challenges of the work and stress and many more. That could be the main reason, because a public office requires a lot of commitment from you to be successful. As long as you are doing the work and you want to be successful, then definitely you will encounter stress, trauma, challenges, and many more. But we are glad that he's stabilized, and we pray to Almighty to continue to guide all of us. I am here to represent our boss, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. And prior to that, I had a discussion with him about this event on 16 September 2021, that this is our National Identity Day, and it is also the International Identity Day. Immediately, Mr. President indicated his willingness to be here in person, and I was most appreciative. When I came out, I had a discussion with his team members, and I looked into his schedule yesterday, today, and even tomorrow. I willingly, even after formalizing the invitation to him to be here, willingly said, no, Mr. President, looking at the commitments and the engagements you have in your calendar, I think it is better for us to take this burden away from you. Why? Because I know the stress. But before then, he accepted and he was willing to come. And on behalf of the entire sector, NIMSI Board of Management, I went back and I said, Mr. President, there is no need. Looking at your schedule, we need to reduce some unnecessary burdens upon you. And he appreciated that. And after a day, he directed me to come here and represent him in person. So I'm here to represent Mr. President. When I received the directives, then I say, my elder brother, the permanent secretary, Bitrus Bakodabasu, should come and represent me. Because it doesn't make sense to me to come here representing Mr. President and presenting another paper on behalf of a bloody minister. I said that is not possible. So since I'm here representing my boss, so let me be here to represent the number one citizen of the country, so that the permanent secretary will come here and represent. I hope you understand. Firstly, Mr. President has directed me to commend the effort of all stakeholders when it comes to national identification number enrollment in Nigeria. The effort of all stakeholders is highly commendable, particularly what we have achieved within less than a year. That effort is commendable, and he also directed me to urge all stakeholders to redouble our effort to ensure that we attain and establish a complete database of all our citizens and legal residents in this country. It is because of this, I'm using the opportunity to encourage all our stakeholders from both public and private sector. Let us continue to join our hands together and ensure that before the tenure of our boss comes to an end, we will be having a database that we will all be proud of in this country. Secondly, Mr. President has also directed me to remind our stakeholders and all citizens that national identification number is key to the success of Nigeria as a country. As long as we fail to get it right, then it is difficult to fix any challenge being confronted by Nigeria. If you have a complete database in place, it will guide government when it comes to its national planning. That planning will be much, much easier. Secondly, that database will also guide government to take critical decisions on education, on health, on agriculture, and that database also will guide government to come up with effective national policies when it comes to the issues of women, children, unemployment, and many more. It is because of this I have been directed by Mr. President to urge both the National Population Commission, which is another very important institution of government, and also the National Identification Commission, National Identity Management Commission, to join hands together to ensure that we successfully establish a complete database that will guide government when it comes to national planning, national budget, national security, and many more. Furthermore, I have also been directed to commend the effort of NIMSI by choosing a very apt theme for this year's celebration, sensitization, and conference as well. Looking at the theme, identity, a tool for sustainable economic, sustainable digital economy, and national security. This identity, our digital ID, it is a prerequisite to the success of our digital economy in specific. And it is also a prerequisite to the success of our national economy. And it is also a success to our getting our national security right. So this theme is very apt, and it is also very relevant. Particularly, I can see the representatives of our security institutions here, which I think they have been part and parcel of NIMSI governing board, and they have been playing their role, and at the same time, they have been supporting the commission to ensure that we enroll many more citizens and also legal residents. In addition, Mr. President has directed me also to launch and unveil the 3 innovative solutions, 3 indigenous innovative solutions today. Prior to doing that, as the facilitator of this event said, in Nigeria we started the national policy of NIN and SIM verification. 3 months ago, Ghana announced officially their plan to join the queue. The managing director of Airtel Africa reached out to me around 2 weeks ago, saying that, Mr. Minister, your initiative in Nigeria now is being copied by other African countries. He said, when I got elevated to supervise Africa as the MD of Africa, my MD from Rwanda reached out to me that it was announced there that by 1st September 2021, no SIM card will be released in Rwanda without having your national identification number. He said, later on also my MD from Tanzania reached out to me with the same innovation. This is what makes our country the giant of Africa. It makes us the giant of Africa. We need to think outside the box, be proactive, come up with initiatives that other countries would look up to Nigeria. And this is one of the things we have started. Today, the three innovative solutions that are going to be unveiled are, number one, the improved applications that will support you to link your NIN, or rather to verify your NIN and SIM without going to any office. You go online, you download your application, your app. Using the app, you will be able to verify your NIN on one hand and all your SIMs on the other, and you will be able to establish a relationship between them. You don't need to go to any office and do that. And that application has been very effective because the comments we have been receiving from those who utilize it are really, really encouraging. Even 4 days ago, the DG of NIMSI forwarded some comments that the improvement is highly significant and our citizens are very proud of our country. One of them said that with this application alone, I am proud to say that I am a Nigerian anywhere. Secondly, the tokenization solution here, which is also another very important one. With it, you will be able to have a very secured NIN at your disposal. You can have your own soft copy of your national identity number. You can use it anytime. You can verify it wherever you go. And it will help you when it comes to confidentiality and privacy. It will increase the confidentiality and privacy of your number significantly because it allows you to do many activities online without going anywhere physically. And thirdly, the enrollment system. It is just a simple box that when given to a vendor or to an agent, instead of going to any office to enroll, that box can be taken from one house to another for enrollment. And the entire box, before to establish an enrollment center, you needed around maybe 1 to 2 million naira. With this box, around 250,000 naira is sufficient for you, including all the facilities for enrollment. And in the process, there is COVID-19 protocol. Even during enrollment, you don't need to touch the facility for biometric. It will just scan your biometric like this, and amazingly, that is sufficient. And enrollment of a citizen can be done within 5 to 10 minutes. Within an hour, you can enroll 6 to 10 people. This is another innovative solution. The first application we developed, which we improved significantly during the last 2 or 3 weeks. It was only a month ago that the government of Pakistan was presenting its own solution to their citizens, and their prime minister was there himself to present. This is to show to us that not only the giant of Africa, sometimes we are even the giant of Africa and Asia combined together. So I am here representing my boss, President Muhammad Buhari, to present these novel solutions to our citizens, Nigerians. And the solutions are indigenous. All the solutions are indigenous. And this is what we have been promoting. With this, I believe we will say that we are proud to be Nigerians. Once again, thank you very much, and I do hope that the message of my boss has been conveyed to all of you effectively. May the Almighty bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Buhari, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, based on the provision of the Constitution of Nigeria 1999 as amended, Section 147 and Section 148, I therefore launch and unveil these 3 innovative solutions of the National Identity Management Commission, which include app application, tokenization, and also enrollment system. On and pray to the Almighty to make this very useful to Nigeria and Nigerians. This is the product. This is the enrollment mobile phone. This is the pen to be used for enrollment. This is the power bank. Even when there is no electricity, even when there is no network, you can enroll citizens and legal residents. But you will not be able to verify until you get connected to internet. But enrollment can be done even without internet. And in the process, there is also sanitizer, NIMSI sanitizer. When you need to sanitize, you can sanitize. And also, there are SIM cards attached to each one. 2 SIM cards attached to each one. And there is a small bag here which contains some other facilities for the enrollment. And also, if you are enrolling people, you will discover that you have an identity card to present yourself as an agent of NIMSI or staff of NIMSI. And we have an example with the DG himself as the representative of the federal government of Nigeria to enroll our citizens and the legal residents. Based on the briefings I have received 2 days ago from NIMSI, initially establishing one center required around 2 million. But with this, 250,000 naira is sufficient. In addition, before the enrollment was stationary, with this is portable and movable from one place to another. And this can be taken from one house to another for enrollment. And I think as Nigerians, we are proud of this initiative. It is our indigenous solution. Thank you.
The event was rounded up with the presentation of awards to NIM partners and cutting of the cake. The Papyrus TV Africa.
The Papyrus.